Boundaries. Just hearing the word might evoke emotions. We've been taught that setting limits is selfish, cold, or even unspiritual. But what if I told you that boundaries aren't just healthy, they're sacred? That saying no can be an act of profound self-respect and spiritual alignment? The truth is, many of us struggle with guilt when setting boundaries because we misunderstand their purpose. We think we're being mean, rigid, or unloving. But true boundaries aren't walls, they're bridges to deeper connection, clarity, and peace. Today, we'll explore how to set them using timeless spiritual principles. This isn't about fighting guilt with willpower. It's about rewiring your relationship with boundaries at the soul level. By the end of this video, you'll see boundaries as a form of divine self-care, a way to honor your energy, protect your purpose, and show up authentically in every relationship. Let's begin. Core spiritual principles. First, let's reframe boundaries through a spiritual lens. Most conflicts around boundaries arise because we view them through fear of rejection, guilt, or losing love. But spirituality teaches us to act from love, clarity, and alignment. Here's how. The principle of energy sovereignty. You are a sovereign being with a unique energy signature. Just as a river can't flow if it's clogged with debris, your energy can't shine if it's drained by others' demands. Setting boundaries isn't about controlling others, it's about stewarding your divine light. Imagine your energy field as a sacred temple. You wouldn't let anyone trample through a temple with muddy boots. Why let them trample your peace? The law of resonance. What you tolerate, you attract more of. If you constantly override your needs to keep the peace, you teach others to disrespect your time and energy. Spiritually, boundaries are vibrational filters. They declare, I honor myself, and I attract those who honor me too. This isn't manipulation, it's cosmic law. Like frequencies align. The gift of discernment. Boundaries aren't punishments. They're acts of discernment, a spiritual muscle that separates fear from intuition, obligation from choice. Discernment asks, does this align with my highest self? Does this relationship nourish or diminish my spirit? When you set boundaries from this space, guilt dissolves because you're acting from truth, not fear. The practice. Boundaries as ritual. Now let's translate these principles into daily practice. Forget rigid rules, think of boundary setting as a spiritual ritual. Give yourself time before you speak. Guilt often rushes in when we set boundaries from a frazzled, reactive state. Instead, pause and ground yourself. Place a hand on your heart, take 3 deep breaths, and silently affirm, I am rooted in my worth. This connects you to your inner authority, so your no comes from calm conviction, not resentment. Use soul language. Avoid justifying, over-explaining, or apologizing. Spiritual boundaries are clear, kind, and non-negotiable. Try phrases like, this doesn't align with my energy right now. I'm honoring my capacity by stepping back. My peace is non-negotiable. These aren't excuses, they're invocations of your sovereignty. The more you speak this language, the more others will respect it. Visualize energetic armor. Each morning, visualize a soft, golden light surrounding your body. Set the intention. This light allows love in but filters out draining energy. When someone crosses a boundary, imagine their words bouncing off this light. This isn't about shutting people out, it's about maintaining your vibrational integrity. Release the savior complex. Many of us fear boundaries because we've conflated self-sacrifice with spirituality. But you can't pour from an empty cup. The universe doesn't need martyrs, it needs empowered vessels. Trust that others have their own spiritual journeys, and rescuing them from discomfort robs them of growth. Letting someone feel the consequences of disrespecting your boundary is an act of love, not cruelty. Transmuting guilt into grace. Guilt is the shadow that clings to boundaries, whispering that you're too harsh, too selfish, too much. But guilt is not your truth. It's a relic of old stories, a wound that confuses self-abandonment for love. To transmute guilt into grace, we must go beyond affirmations and touch the sacred alchemy of the soul. Begin by recognizing guilt as fossilized energy, a trapped vibration from a time when you believed your worth depended on how much you could endure, give, or shrink. Spiritually, guilt is a call to reclaim your sovereignty. It's not a flaw, it's a portal. Unearth the roots of guilt. Guilt thrives in the soil of conditioning. Ask yourself, who taught me that boundaries are dangerous? When did I learn that love requires self-sacrifice? Close your eyes and visualize these beliefs as tangled roots in your energy field. See yourself pulling them out, one by one, and replacing them with golden threads of self-honor. This isn't a mental exercise, it's soul surgery. As you release each root, whisper, I forgive myself for believing I had to earn my right to exist. Rewrite the energetic contract. Every time you set a boundary, you're rewriting an invisible contract with the universe. For years, that contract may have said, I will dim my light to keep others comfortable. Now it says, I am a guardian of my energy, and my radiance is non-negotiable. To embody this, try a simple ritual. Light a candle and place your hands over your heart. Declare, I revoke all vows, spoken or unspoken, that bound me to guilt. I am free to choose myself without apology. Blow out the candle, imagining old contracts dissolving into smoke. Invoke the witness consciousness. Guilt loses its power when you observe it as the watcher, not the victim. Next time guilt arises, step back and say, here you are again, old friend, old teacher. What lesson do you bring me today? This shifts you from resistance to curiosity. Guilt might reveal a fear of abandonment masked as selflessness, a hidden belief that your needs are burdensome, a pattern of conflating martyrdom with virtue. Thank it for showing you where your boundaries need strengthening, then let it pass through you like a storm cloud, felt, acknowledged, but not clung to. Surrender to sacred reciprocity. Nature operates in cycles of giving and receiving. Trees exhale oxygen, inhale carbon dioxide. The moon pulls tides, then releases. Guilt distorts this balance, making you believe you must only give. To restore reciprocity, after setting a boundary, pause and receive. Notice the space it creates, for rest, creativity, or joy. Affirm, by honoring myself, I make room for the universe to honor me. This isn't transactional, it's relational. You're aligning with the spiritual law that energy must flow, not stagnate. Boundaries aren't a battle, they're a homecoming. A return to the truth that you are worthy of protection, peace, and respect. Every time you honor your limits, you send a message to the universe. I am ready to receive the love, opportunities, and joy that match my frequency. So today, choose one small boundary. Maybe it's muting notifications after 8 p.m., declining a request that drains you, or simply saying, I need space. Trust that the universe supports your courage. Drop a comment below. What's one boundary you're ready to set? Remember, you're not alone in this. If this resonated, share it with someone who needs permission to choose themselves. Thanks for watching, and until next time, guard your light. It's sacred.